I am Juana H. de los Santos, and today I will discuss to you about Loden's diversity. But before that, let's first define what do we mean by the word diversity. According to Global Diversity Practice 2020, they define diversity as a dimension that a person or a group can be differentiated from one another. So it is all about empowering people by respecting and appreciating individual differences in terms of age, ethnicity, religion, disability, sexual orientation and education, and national origin. So it allows the exploration of these differences in a safe, positive, and nurturing environment. It means understanding each other's individual uniqueness by extending degree of tolerance and patience to ensure that a person really values their difference. So this allows everyone to embrace and celebrate the richness of the scope of diversity within each individual and have a positive and wholesome regard on the diversity in the classroom, within the school system, and the community as a whole. As a whole, the concept of diversity encompasses acceptance and respect, understanding that each individual is unique. It is about understanding each other's and moving beyond simple tolerance to embrace and celebrate the rich dimension of diversity contained with each individual. How is Loden's diversity created and who are the person behind it? In 1990, it was Marilyn Loden and Judy Rosner who developed a framework for thinking about the different dimensions of diversity within individuals and institutions. The original version of the model of diversity wheel occurred in Marilyn Loden and Judy Rosner's book, Workforce America: Managing Employee Diversity as a Vital Resource. So, Irwin Publishing in 1990, and a second version of it, published in Loden's 1996 book Implementing Diversity, Irwin Publishing. Depicted as concentric circles, this diversity wheel can be used in many different ways to encourage thinking about values, beliefs, and dimension of identity for people and organizations. And now, I will show you a video about this dimension of diversity, which you can truly understand what it is all about.
The dimensions of diversity. To deepen our understanding of the complexity of diversity, let's explore the dimensions which it's made up of. The following model of diversity briefly explains the dimensions through four concentric circles. At the centre is our personality, a unique aspect which shapes us and which we can do little about. The next circle contains internal dimensions, which include sexual orientation, race, gender, physical ability, age, and ethnicity. Our third circle contains external dimensions, such as marital status, social status, parental status, profession, recreational habits, geographical location, appearance, faith and spirituality, education, and economic status. Our last circle contains organisational dimensions such as division, department or unit, union affiliation, job class, professional certifications, management status, functional level and class, work content and field, and seniority and years of service. Internal dimensions are our primary dimensions in our personality. We have little control over them and they can affect our behaviours and affect our attitudes, but also affect how we view our workplace and the world around us. Our external dimensions of diversity are related to social factors and are shaped by our life experiences. These can change over time and we do have some control to an extent. However, they still impact on our behaviour and attitudes as well as how we view others and the world around us. Organisational dimensions relate to our functional levels, management status, work location, and so on. In some areas, we can be seen to share community through our dimensions, in which we connect with people. But there are other areas where there are differences, and as such, those connections and dimensions aren't established. It is through the diversity dimensions that we filter how we see the world and make sense of our experiences. When we're aware of many influences that formed as and others filters, and when we realise how these influences play out in organisations, we can make active choices about our behaviours and reactions. So, we see there are variation in factors between dimensions. Some we have control over, and others where we have little or no choice. To capitalise on the benefits dimensions of diversity can bring, and to deal with challenges it presents, it is critical for all colleagues to understand them and know which can impact in the workplace.
The creator of the model of the diversity wheel, Loden, saw the need for a tool that would help people better understand how group-based differences contribute to people's social identities.
Here also is one of the diversity wheel that adapted from Marilyn Loden in 1996 that is commonly used by everyone. So based on the diagram, ethnicity and age are core to our individuality. So it means that our age and ethnicity, our nationality or race, we cannot change them. While religion, belief, and gender are core, but we can change them. It is still core in us, but we can change them in a way that there is a influence. They are labeled as inner embedded sphere in which we as humans do not have any control since they are part of the diversity. In the outer sphere, we have income, integration, standard of living, cultural heritage, qualification, entitlement to public funds, participation, vocal and influence, number of children, role in family, caring responsibilities, life events, type of education, skills, environment, role or position at work, social class, community status, first language, where you live, health. So these are the life experiences that make us different from each other. We have control on these experiences, which may change or may not change over time. As you can see there is also harassment, stereotypes, discrimination, and prejudice. So these are the factors that make society unequal.
The diversity wheel is a useful starting point to explore equality and diversity issues and how these factors interrelate to impact on people's lives. So as a future educator, it is critical that you understand the factors that make up and influence a person's individuality. So this will make you truly welcoming and truly inclusive. So if we would be narrow-minded in looking what constitutes diversity, we will miss the opportunity of effectively connections and serving all members of the community, most especially your students in your respective classroom. And also, as a teacher, you should understand the differences of each of your students. You should learn to embrace individual differences and uniqueness, believe to your students' own potential, treat them with care, love, and fairness. Either they are normal students or students with special needs. You should create an environment where, regardless of one's diversity profile, everyone is welcome.